Hello and welcome to the Beastly Thoughts Show. We are live. How's it going, guys?
We are live. Feeling good, man. Feels good to be alive. It feels good to be playing video games. What's going on with you, man?
Not too much. How are you, Robbie? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Just been gaming as usual and preparing for the big move happening next month. So, yeah, things are good.
That's crazy. You're literally moving across the street.
Yep, we were just talking about that. And for a long time, I was like, no, there's no way we're doing that. That is just so ridiculous. But honestly, after we toured the house a couple times, kind of look around, I got more comfortable with it. So now I'm feeling really good about it, and I'm really excited.
Do you get a truck for a cross-the-street move?
No, we're just pretty much calling it.
Hello, and welcome to the Beastly Thoughts. Oh, hey.
What the heck's going on there?
So yeah, I think that's kind of funny that you're moving across the street. I totally understand it. I know that people who've actually done it, but it's just a funny concept.
It is kind of weird when you first hear about it, yeah, but then it's like, whatever.
All right, so should we do some what you've been playing? Beastly, I think you just came off mute. That's awesome. Beastly, what have you been playing this week?
What have I been playing this week? Actually, I've been playing a little bit of Minecraft on my Vita. I took it to work and played around with that. There's one thing about the Vita version that I don't like. I don't like that I can't take my PS4 save and move it back to the Vita. So with the Vita, you really got to start a whole new world like in Aladdin.
Yeah.
And you got to sing the song too. Let me hear it. No, yeah.
A whole new world. There we go. I will jump on that.
That's one thing that I don't like. Hopefully, Mojang is able to, or 4J Studios is able to implement some type of save feature that allows you to go back and forth. Now, I understand there's technical limitations because the Vita version is a much small. It's like very comparable to the PS3 version of the game as far as size, and the PS4 version is it's supposedly much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And so
36
I'm thinking
times bigger.
Yeah, well, that may be the issue there. But I was before I ever played Minecraft. You guys know I'm new to it. When I first, played the PS3 and PS4 version, I had no idea that there was that much of a gap in size. So the PS Vita version will probably be just something all on its own for me, just its own, world that I create and do other things with it that I can't. I technically wouldn't want to, be swapping the Vita world with the PS4 world. I prefer the PS4 world that I've already started to create. Sure. I already got, some levels from The Last of Us I'm building and stuff. The Last of Us is a good game. And but it's fun. I've been playing some other Vita stuff. Of course, I beat Pixel Junk Monsters, which was very hard to do. That game was awesome, and I told you guys about that. I've been doing some Velocity 2X. I didn't really get a chance to play it the way that I wanted to over the last few weeks. I had a little bit more time opened up. Played that.
What is that game? I've never heard of it.
That is the free. It came to PS4 and Vita. The game that allows you're in the ship, and it also has a side-scrolling section where you're this female. She's real fast, like Sonic the Hedgehog. It's comparable to that as far as the speed of the game. It's really fun, Briar.
It's a side-scroller.
It's a side-scroller and a top-down ship shooter, and
okay.
The ship shooting aspect of the game is really fast as well. You got to be able to teleport through walls left and right, like on the fly, and you're going really fast. And it just takes a lot of hand-eye coordination. I think you'd be really good at it.
I don't know, man. I'm more about the Thinking Man's games in my old age.
Oh, okay. We can get chess going too. And the other game I've been playing is The Last of Us, but I've decided as of this week I'm going to actually give The Last of Us a break. I've been playing a lot of that game.
You have been. I've been watching your videos on it. I like your videos.
I appreciate it.
Live commentating style. I like it.
Well, actually, I actually got the stuff now. The videos I'm going to be uploading, the last of them will be probably uploaded today. They actually have, me and the guys I'm playing with. You can actually hear everybody talking.
Yeah, that's good.
I had to do the trick that you showed me, but I decided I'm going to actually slow down on The Last of Us to focus on Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Because Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is coming. And I really want to sharpen my skills. I used to be really good at Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. I would never say I was as good as you because, I just wasn't. But I was better than most players. And when I played a couple of days ago, I felt like, God, I never played Call of Duty before because playing The Last of Us, the control scheme is so different.
Yeah, it is.
I immediately started firing my gun. I was trying to run in Call of Duty, but in The Last of Us, it's L1. So I went straight to the scope. I was like, what the hell's going on? And I had to reassess everything to get my mind back into the Call of Duty framework. So I'm thinking probably for the next 2.5 weeks, I'm going to do nothing but Call of Duty so that I'm able to, be there at the start of this new Advanced Warfare and kick some ass with you.
On a side note about that, it drives me crazy that I can't map my own controls. That really drives me crazy. I feel like every game should have that, because it doesn't matter which games I'm jumping between, but if I'm jumping between two first-person shooters like Destiny and Call of Duty, it really messes me up sometimes. I mean to throw a grenade and I end up hitting the melee button or vice versa. And I don't know, why in this day and age can't we just have customizable controls? In the day and age when you can buy a scuff controller, that's allowing you to basically cheat anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What are the developers hanging on for? Are they still trying to create parity between players? By changing the buttons, you're going to have an advantage. We've already got an advantage. You pay $200 for an advantage. Give it to us for free out of the box, please.
I think I'm going to get a $200 advantage for Christmas this year.
Nice.
My wife was asking me about that, and I know I'm going to be just going crazy with Call of Duty. I wish that was the case. It doesn't seem like it would be that much of a financial or just decision in general to include that in the options to give you the ability to customize your controls.
Yeah,
all fighting games do it. All fighting games do it, right?
Yeah.
It would seem that any game could have that in the options. I was playing DayZ yesterday, and I was going through the options. You can change every single control option in that game, every single one. And I'm like, if they can do that, these shooters should be able to as well. It really irritates me. It bothered me that a game as awesome as The Last of Us, you felt the way you did because you weren't able to change that. And I feel like
the controls are messed up.
Yeah, I feel like
you have to spend a lot of time just getting used to what buttons do what, because it's so different than any other game.
There's nothing like it. I don't think I've ever played a game that had that control scheme or even a generalized version of it. It just feels very awkward and cumbersome, especially when you first get started. It's just really weird, and I think that would have benefited from a customizable control layout as well. If that was, you'd probably still be playing it. But
I don't know, man. It's just too slow paced for me. That's really what it comes down to. It was perfect pacing for the single-player campaign, but in the multiplayer, I just prefer faster action.
They got this new DLC where you can get rollerblades, Briar. So
nice. I'll check that out.
I'm just
There you go. There's your selling point.
Start rocking my body glove outfit from there.
Oh, yeah.
I looked good in that shit.
Red leather. Yeah, but those are the games I've been playing this week, and like I said, I decided I'm going to slow down and get into some Call of Duty Ghosts, and probably play that exclusively until Advanced Warfare comes out. Because there are a few games per year that I know I'm going to buy. There's some that I want to buy, but having a family of 4 and a home and a wife to support, I can't just go and buy them every game I want. But I knew Call of Duty would definitely be one of them, and now I gotta kind of focus on that experience because every Call of Duty game that comes out, I have to have it. I got to get it immediately. So that's what I'll be doing.
I think that's interesting that you're making a conscious decision to get back into Call of Duty before the next game is released, because it is a skill, right? Once you start playing that multiplayer, there's definitely a bunch of skill, and I wonder how much Call of Duty Ghosts experience will transfer over into Advanced Warfare. From game to game, I find let's say from Black Ops 2 to Call of Duty Ghosts, there's a certain amount of just getting used to how fast the gun moves and what the recoil feels like and what the player's movement speed of the player is. And this year they changed actually how the map works and where the kill feed was, which is really annoying. They're putting that back to the correct place. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me that you're actually making a conscious effort to kind of get ready for that game, and I don't blame you, definitely, because it is going to be an intense multiplayer arena right off the get-go. I'm sure of that.
Oh yeah, there are people like yourself included who play Call of Duty for an entire year. They play it until the next one comes out, and they never get rusty. And I don't like the feeling that I had a few days ago. I believe I played from 1 a.m. till 2 a.m. on The Last of Us, and I made a decision. I was talking to my wife. I said I'm going to play from 2 to 3 in Call of Duty. That entire hour was hell. It was the worst hour I've had in so long.
Ouch.
It really was, because I hadn't played it in months. It's probably been, what, 5 or 6 months since I played that game. That's what it feels like. And going back into it and trying to, get back into the control scheme. Even Destiny was easier for me to play. Mm-hmm. Call of Duty has its own thing, especially playing tactical the way we play. So it's going to take a conscious effort. It's probably going to take me 2 or 3 days to be back to the level that I was. But when I do, I'll feel confident enough to know that I can go into Advanced Warfare feeling like I'm going to be able to kick some ass rather than consistently get my ass kicked like I did a few days ago.
I wonder how much our experience with Destiny, with like the big jumps, is going to influence how well we play in Advanced Warfare, because we'll be kind of used to
absolutely right
dimensions a little bit more than if you had just been playing Call of Duty Ghosts.
And I guess it'll all depend on the class you use in Destiny too, because the Hunter class, their jump is totally different than the Warlock class. The Warlocks, you float. It's kind of like, you're going in slow motion the entire jump. And I guess it'll all depend on how that feels compared to the Call of Duty jumps, because those can be tweaked as well, where you can have a hover feature after your second jump, which will probably feel very similar to the Warlock. So it may help. It actually may help that situation. I don't know with the speed of Call of Duty with that 60 frames if that jump is going to be a hindrance or a help. But in Destiny, it doesn't really seem to be that big of an issue.
Yeah, I jumped into Black Ops 2 since I've been playing Destiny for a specific reason. I actually wanted to test out a controller or a headset on the Xbox 360 to see if it worked, and I found that the game felt easy because I was so used to Destiny, the Crucible. I had to put so many bullets into somebody's head to put them down that going to Black Ops 2, it was like brap and the guy's dead. So it was actually from Destiny, the game Black Ops 2 felt easy. I did play a little Ghosts too. I didn't notice it as much in Ghosts, probably because I'm more used to that game now.
Let me ask you, out of those 2 games, which one did you play the most of? You played more of Black Ops 2 than you did Ghosts, right?
I think that is probably true. I'd have to look at my player data. You can actually look that up. But my guess is that's true just because I did not have a Destiny come out in September of last year and just completely distract me from Call of Duty. I played Black Ops 2 all the way through the year. Same goes for Modern Warfare 3 and the games before that. But Destiny has really distracted me this year. And I'm more of a Call of Duty Ghosts player than anybody. I love that game.
I'm really excited about this Call of Duty now. I don't know whether or not it's going to be a huge success or maybe even kind of a failure compared to what previous Call of Duty games were, but there's so many things that changed. I just want to try.
Yeah.
The air dodge, the air strafing and stuff.
Yeah.
And the dual warships, all these things is just so new. I'm just excited to play. Plus the game really does look like a lot of fun. So it looks like everything that's good right now kind of mixed into one game. It looks like it has elements of everything: Titanfall, Destiny. It has, Borderlands type of stuff where you can get these unique weapons, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. That'll probably be the one that I'm thinking will keep me excited and keep me motivated probably for the year, just based on what I see now. Plus, I like the single-player campaigns in games. Kevin Spacey's one of my favorite actors. I have to play the single player just to see how that story pans out because he's awesome.
I'm a big Kevin Spacey fan too, and I'll be playing. It'll be the first time I play a Call of Duty campaign in a few years now, and actually.
Okay, so with the inclusion of Kevin Spacey, do you guys feel like that's enough alone for you guys to play the campaign, or did you see cutscenes and things of that nature to make you want to experience? And I know you don't normally play the single player, Briar. What about you, Robbie?
I've played pretty much all the Call of Duty campaigns, so definitely gonna give this one a shot too. Didn't need Kevin Spacey, but still pretty nice to put him in there too.
Now, Briar, is that the reason that you're going to actually play the single player because of Spacey?
Absolutely. In fact, I think that the trailers that they've showed so far for the single player campaign look boring as hell.
I gotta say that those character models, man, I thought they look photorealistic.
They look great. Don't get me wrong, but the way they've demoed that game with this slow and methodical pace,
yeah,
guys, get get a guy who's good at this game to show it off.
It's a fast-paced game. Don't play it like it's a slow-paced game.
It looks like they're playing like a Myst or something.
Well, I guess if you're going to demo the multiplayer, it's going to be different than demoing the single player, because the single player is centered around story, so they probably want to show a little bit of that story. But when they demo the multiplayer, that is a different story altogether.
Absolutely.
It's fast-paced, so I guess it all depends on what they're demoing. But sometimes companies demo games and they demo poorly. The previews are poor, and then the game comes out and does well, like The Evil Within.
Yeah.
Evil Within, when people saw that initial impression of the game and played it, everybody was like, I think this game's going to have problems. It doesn't seem like it works well. I don't know if the story's going to be any good. I just didn't like the experience. And then the game comes out, and it's phenomenal. That's a game I have to buy. Got to buy that one. I'm planning it now. But that game, I definitely have to buy it. Previewed terrible. That's just what I'm saying. It previewed really bad, and then when the finished product comes out, and you see things that they weren't showing in the preview, and then everything kind of finds its own context, then it falls together in the place that it should be. So who knows? Maybe Call of Duty will be the same way.
I hope so. I really do. I really enjoy Call of Duty games. I'm hoping that this one's going to be great. I'm taking a cautious approach to falling in love with it before the game's in my hands, though.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be cautious, especially nowadays. As many times as people get burned, getting into a game before it's released. I just hope if this single-player campaign is good, that they make a House of Cards game, and they let Kevin Spacey after that, because that's one of my favorite shows.
That'd be great. What kind of game would that be?
Lots of sex.
It'd be Lisa Shoot Larry.
yeah, Lisa Shoot Larry next gen. Lots of sex. Head between her legs, everything. Great stuff.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Let's move on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robbie. I forgot you were 12. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
So, Robbie, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Minecraft on the Vita definitely a lot. It's super nice just to lay in bed and kind of lay back and play the Vita. Like, that's awesome. And been playing Destiny, been getting some stabs at the raid. I still haven't really done the raid at all. I just did like.
Robbie, we got to get together and do it then. I didn't even know you're still playing it. I haven't seen you on.
Barely at all. Like, I really only jump on when someone's like, "Hey, want to do the raid?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Mm-hmm. So, I've only beaten Atheon. That's about it. Like, the whole rest of the raid I haven't even really done yet.
All right, we'll have to get together and do it then.
All right, sounds good.
That's the first time Robbie's ever heard anyone say that to him. Brian, let me ask you a question.
That's the first time I've ever said it to Robbie.
Shut up, you guys.
I hope it won't be the last, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Robbie, it's going to happen, bro. Brian, now I know that your sons have Minecraft. They have it on PS3 or just PC?
They play it on a Macintosh, actually. They have it on multiple platforms, but they don't care for it really on the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One or any of that.
PC Master Race.
They want to play it. Well, it's a Macintosh.
I need that damn ringtone, man. This guy.
Macintosh sucks. PC Master Race.
Yeah, the reason I asked is it's cross-buy. So I knew it initially, but it didn't really hit me until I came home last week and I opened my Vita up, went to the PlayStation Store, and it said Minecraft free. So that's why I was asking. So to me, that's a pretty good value because total, I think I paid $25 for Minecraft on consoles, but I got 3 versions of it. I paid $20 for the PS3 version, $5 for the PS4 upgrade, which gave me PS3 versions on all my PS3s and a PS4 version, and then you get the cross-buy with the PS3 version for the Vita. So it's $25 if you do it right, and you get it on all 3 PlayStation platforms. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my kids, they're not interested in playing on anything else. They play it on the computer because that's where all the mod support is. Now,
check this out. I thought my kids were squares, but come to find out they're real motherfucking gangsters, okay? My oldest son, he said, Dad, you can't really do anything on this. He's playing the PS3 version. I was like, what do you mean? He said, Dad, there's nothing here. You can't make things. You can't. I was like, what do you mean? It's a full game. He said, well, I got to go back and play it on the computer. So I was like, what? I didn't even know he was playing it. My oldest son, walking around here like a square and know all about Minecraft and shit.
Well, he didn't hide it from you until a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, because I don't think I'll ever live that down. I drive around and we talk. I take my kids to school early in the morning, and my oldest son, who's as big as I am, he says, Dad, I told you all this time you like Minecraft. He said, how do you feel, Dad? I said, Brett, shut up. But they got me. It's a game that kind of grabbed me. I don't know how long it's going to hold my attention because once you build so much stuff and you make so much, what else can you do with it? Malware bites, I hate that. Let me turn that off.
You really
Yeah.
do have to try it on the PC, though. It's a completely different experience.
Well, I seen some of the skins on the PC. I mean, they've added these texture packs to make stuff look real. I was like, man, imagine playing, kind of Elder Scrolls ish.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I will do that. I'm still trying to get the DayZ thing down. I can't. The mouse and keyboard thing is really scaring me because I have the hands the size of Bigfoot's foot. And go ahead. So that's the thing. I'm still trying to get it down. The mouse and keyboard, WASD, WASD. Yeah. So once I get that, maybe I will. But with me, I got all these consoles behind me. It's hard to not pay them attention, especially my Wii U. I think Wonderful 101's awesome. I played that demo. I have to get Bayonetta 2. I haven't gotten that yet. It's like I have priorities, Briar.
Yeah.
Probably, I got priorities. First comes clothes and food, then comes the video game of choice.
Well, your priorities are fucked.
I know, man. Just get rid of this fucking place, right? But Bayonetta 2, Briar, is awesome. I didn't even.
I keep hearing that. I've still never played the first one, but everybody is raving about this game.
Imagine a tall brunette with glasses that every time she kicks you, her pants disappear. Awesome game.
Hold on. I'm still imagining it. Okay.
All right. I mean, some people who've never played this game don't know, but her outfit is made out of hair. It's made out of her hair.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, it doesn't look like
Embrace
hair, it actually looks like clothes. So.
Embrace the 70s, Briar. And so whenever she powers up and does special moves, she's basically nude, and all this crazy hair will turn into like a giant boot and stomp you, or a dragon, all kinds of stuff. But the way that this Bayonetta 2 feels and plays, it's definitely probably going to be my top 3 games I'm going to own on the Wii U. It'll have to be Smash Brothers, I think that, and probably Mario Kart. So those will probably be and I got Pac-Man too on the Wii U. I bought that because it was very, very cheap, and it was something for Nova to play. But it is what it is.
Is it that Championship Edition that everybody was playing on the Xbox a few years
ago? No. It's the new one. I gotta look at the.
That one's terrible.
It's the platformer, the 3D. It's not terrible actually.
Or whatever. That one is garbage.
It's based on the TV show, and my daughter likes the TV show. But the game it's the same one that's on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's not bad if you like that kind of game. It's kind of Mario 64 like. You actually run around and eat ghosts, and you power up, and you get ice powers and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's not a bad game actually. They made a part 2, so it must be doing all right.
I didn't even know there was a Pac-Man TV show.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Robbie, what have you been playing?
Lots of Minecraft, actually. Even the PS4 version I've been getting back into, surprisingly. That's been mostly about it. I don't know, I've been gaming on Steam, actually, a lot lately, too. Been playing on PC, been playing all those cheap games I got, so... Been playing Hitman and Serious Sam and lots of good stuff.
Serious Sam is awesome.
Yeah, I got like 8 Serious Sam games now. They were all on like $2 each, so I just click, buy, just all of them. Just download. Yeah, Serious Sam's pretty fun.
Yeah, those games are great. They're just pure fun. They're like if Doom was amplified by 10.
Yeah, just like arena-style shooters, just blow shit up, have fun. Yeah, pretty much.
I got a question for you, Robbie. Now, you said that you've been playing mostly Minecraft and playing some Steam stuff. Briar says that he's seen you minimal times on Destiny, and I know that 2 weeks ago you mentioned that you were feeling like you weren't going to go back into it hard because you felt like you had done everything and it wasn't rewarding you. If you could sum up a review of Destiny in 30 seconds, how would you do that right now if you could sum it up for a person who's never played it?
I'd say it's kind of a Halo-esque shooter, but it's very open world. It's designed to be played with friends. It has MMO aspects to it. It has RPG aspects. Like there's a lot of loot grinding involved, trying to get the best gear and stuff like that. It also has somewhat of a storyline, although that's pretty obscure and kind of buried in all the Grimoire cards. And then it also has the more traditional multiplayer, the Crucible, where you have your control, your not capture the flag yet, your team deathmatch, free for all that. So it's like a huge open world to explore with different planets. Plus, it has a more traditional multiplayer. Now,
the reason I asked you that is because you kind of dropped off the map as far as playing it, unless somebody invites you to a raid. What do you think that the game lacks what it takes to pull you back in? Are you waiting for more DLC? I'm hearing speculation that the DLC that we're going to get for the game is going to be story DLC, which a lot of people are upset about. But do you feel at this point that the game has kind of lost you, or do you feel like it was a valid purchase? Do you think that it deserves the praise that a lot of us have given it? Now, I don't play the game as much as I used to. Really, I very seldom get on it. But I still think it's a solid 7.5 or an 8 because of the fact that I can get on it and play and have fun still. It's just other games have just pulled my attention away from Destiny, honestly. But what about the game has kind of put you in the mindset that it's time to possibly move on to other things?
Well, that is the thing, though. I'm just waiting for the next expansion to come out because the core gameplay itself is solid. Like, it's tons of fun. I love the game as it is. The core gameplay is perfect. Don't change anything with that. I just need more to do because I feel like I've done all the missions. I've gotten legendaries and exotics. I've done basically everything now, and I'm just finding a lack of things to do, really. Gotcha. So I just need more content to pull back in.
Okay, I totally agree with you and totally understand it. I probably would be just like you guys with legendaries and exotics, but unfortunately we have different times.
Yeah,
we're in a different time zone. And that was my thing. What were you saying there, Briar?
That is, I think, your biggest problem with Destiny is that you're just you're not online at the same time as your friends are. You know.
Yeah, that really sucks too.
Yeah.
It really does to know that right when I go to clock out, everybody's rolling up under the covers. Like,
smile on my face.
Yeah, what a night. I'm like, all right, it's midnight. Let me go have dinner. So yeah, I think until I do something different with my career, that'll probably be an issue with me. That I'd stay up with the drug heads and the insomniacs and play games.
All right.
Jeez. Oh man. Okay, so we've had a few little things happening. Who's that? Whose door is that? Somebody's knocking on mine? No? Okay. We've had a little bit of news this week, right, Briar? The PlayStation 4 software update 2.0?
Yeah, so this has been, announced on the PlayStation blog. If you don't follow the PlayStation blog, it's actually pretty interesting. Mostly it's just, press releases about upcoming products and really not interesting. But every once in a while, they'll really kind of give you some in-depth knowledge about something that's happening in the future. And that's what they did about PlayStation System Software 2.0. So the big things are SharePlay, YouTube support, and themes are coming to PlayStation 4, which is pretty interesting. YouTube support is long overdue. SharePlay is something they were talking about when they first announced. Yeah, when they first announced the PlayStation 4, and I don't know how useful it's going to be, but it's good to see that it's coming just because everybody's been thinking about it so much. And themes, I'll be honest with you, I'm actually looking forward to themes. I like to customize my stuff. That's, just something I enjoy. I know a lot of people are kind of like, whatever, I don't care what color my screen is on the PlayStation, but I do. I think that's pretty cool.
I agree with you. I prefer actually to be able to at least put my own pictures as my themes because I like to look at my family and stuff. To me, that's a good thing as well, but they haven't given us that option. But definitely, everybody who has a PS4 is looking at the same shit every day. And, it's nothing, nothing wrong with adding a little bit of variety. Variety is the spice of life. And
yeah, I even like how they allow you to put your own kind of custom icon as your player character. I think that's cool. Like, I'm able to put my little BriarRabbit guy, like as my PlayStation character.
Yeah, I had my Beastly Gamer thing up too, but I took an even more beautiful picture of myself, so I changed it.
Man, they just keep getting better looking, don't they?
Yes. Okay, so some of the other things that are coming with this update, which the actual date hasn't been announced, but I'm suspecting soon, is we're going to have a USB music player, which means
that's right.
You can take music and stick it on a flash drive, stick it into your PS4, and play it off of that, which is, to me, spotty a little bit because I would prefer to be able to put my favorite songs on my PS4 rather than keep them on a USB or a flash drive and play them from there. I think if they have the software to actually include an MP3 player, it shouldn't be that big of a deal to allocate a little bit of space for MP3s.
So I heard that argument come up, and I don't get it, Beastly. Like what? I mean, USB memory sticks are like so cheap now that like it doesn't. I don't know. I guess.
Well, like me, I don't walk around with flash drives. Okay, I mean I have a couple of them around the house that we use for things like my smart TV. I'll stick a flash drive in there, bam, a new movie. We're watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But flash drives change, and so I don't want to, every time I want to hear my favorite song or hear a nice album, I have to go to my computer, take it from there, put it on the flash drive, locate the flash drive, stick it in my PS4 and play it, and then remove it when I'm done. I think that, I mean, it doesn't have to be a ton of space. Music is very small. You know, you can allocate, 200, 300 megabytes for your favorite songs.
Yeah.
To stick them on there. I just think that there should be space for things like that in your pictures and some of your favorite personal items. I just feel like if they're going to go through the trouble of adding MP3, MP4 support, that they should have an actual place to store it, like the PS3. I just don't feel like. I feel like why step back? The PS3 is able to store all this information, your pictures, your music.
I never used any of that stuff, so I guess
I always did.
The target audience for this. I literally have a record player like 3 feet away from me.
No,
and that's where the music in the office comes from.
But see, every PS3 in my house has some of my favorite music on it, and I know that I can find Utada Hikaru on all of them, and I can find some of my favorite music on all of them. But say for instance, there's an obscure song that I maybe want to hear, I could stick it on my PS3 and it's there forever. Mm-hmm. Rather than have to find it when I feel like listening to it and go through files and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's not a big argument. I don't think it's a big reason for people to be upset. They're changing the thing. They're making it more user friendly. Who knows? Probably in the future they'll allow you to store stuff on a external hard drive, or maybe allocate space in the internal for things like that. But I just think it would be better for the user if they did allocate some kind of space. Some of the other things that they're going to be adding with this is the PlayStation 4 will now suggest players you may know as potential friends in the What's New section.
So they're Facebooking my friend feed.
Yes. This guy? No, that motherfucker owes me money. I mean, now they will find them because that your friends know their friends, and more than likely you know each other. So that's basically what it is. It's going to be like a Facebook.
This is a cool feature that is going to be completely useless to me.
Hey, I know that guy. No, I don't. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be cool. And sometimes you do see people that you may not have even thought of. It happens to me on Facebook all the time.
On Facebook, though, you have real names. On PlayStation 4, you have Snipes 286. I don't know who the hell this guy is. Like, even if he's my next door neighbor or my best friend, I still don't know who he is.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. I didn't think of it that way, and thank you for bringing that to my attention. We're all here. It's all PSN names. So it doesn't seem like it's even a valid thing to do because PSN names,
like a real name,
your friend knows your friends with their friends, so maybe you know each other. I don't think that's going to work very well. Good point, Brian.
Yeah, you can send a request for a real name, but like I only say yes to that if I'm positive I know that person.
Yeah, I've been getting that a few times, and I was like, what the hell do these people want to know my real name? It's Brett, okay? B-R-E-T-T, damn it. I hardly ever do that myself. I don't see the point, personally. Some of the other stuff that they're going to be adding with this new update is enhancement to live broadcasting. So now,
this is exciting.
I think this is awesome. Now, when you go into the PlayStation Live broadcasting section of the PS4, you're hit with a myriad of people doing dumb shit. You see, people in the living room talking about smoking weed, another guy who thinks he can rap. You might find a few people playing video games. But now they're going to compartmentalize all this stuff, so you can actually go and look for a particular game, find everybody who's playing that game, and I think that's great. I don't know if it's going to work with random stuff. You type in a random word, but I know that they did say that if you're looking for a particular game or a particular app, that it would compartmentalize that for you to streamline your search. So I think that's a really good thing.
I like that it's going to show you if your friends are streaming.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Like, so if you're streaming on Twitch or something, it's going to show me that, and that's useful. That's really useful.
Now, I wonder if it'll work if you're actually using Twitch from your PC and still signed in, because
probably not.
Yeah, see, I prefer Twitch for my PC. I don't like the little, the UI that comes with the PS4 version. Mm-hmm. It makes my 60-inch look like a 40-inch, and I can't stand it. So I like to I like to use just the regular Twitch feature with my Elgato. So it probably won't, but I think it's great. I mean, a lot of people stream now. PS4 has become synonymous with streaming with Twitch now that the PS4 included it with the system. So there'll be a lot more dumb shit to watch.
Yeah, I like live streaming with the PS4. I find it fairly enjoyable.
Yeah.
With the new Elgato software, it's got support to put overlays and stuff like that. So, it's probably a better way to do it, but it's just so damn easy to just hit that button on the PlayStation and just start streaming.
It is. And I also like one thing I do like about the PlayStation 4 Twitch feature is that you can use your camera and you can do live face cam while you play. So that eliminates all that, setting up your webcam and getting your recording software. That's one great thing that I love about the PlayStation 4's Twitch feature. I mean, live streaming feature. I'm sorry, is that the camera will find you in the room, and it'll automatically look for you, and it'll put your face right there in that box, and you can play the game, and people can watch and see your reactions, which is great for games like Amnesia, games like Alien Isolation. When you actually really do get scared and it's not dark and people can see your reaction, so that works out really well.
I would like some more control over that, though.
Oh, okay. Give me an example.
I'd like to resize that box and to be able to zoom in and zoom out the camera on myself, so I can frame the picture.
Ooh, that would be great. Yeah, I think that they're probably working on this stuff. They're probably swamped with all these ideas and complaining customers and irate people and things that are going to make the PlayStation 4 awesome, and I'm sure Microsoft's going through the same kind of shit.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I think is probably my favorite out of this group is the enhanced voice commands. Now, the voice command with the PlayStation camera is something that works, but it's so minimalized. You got like maybe 5 or 6 words you can say. PlayStation, power. You can make it turn off. You can make it turn on. You can play the game, or whichever game is first in line, it'll go to that one. You can sign in, and they're adding all these new voice commands, and it doesn't say here in particular, but you can say find face, end broadcast, start broadcast, so you can do live streams using the voice commands, which I think is great. And now you can say particular games the way you can on the Xbox One.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, now you can, just go straight to whichever game you want to play rather than look through it, because I got to admit, the PlayStation's UI when it comes to finding games is going to become cumbersome.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just a long line, and you got to go through it until you get to what you want, rather than. I think that's something they're working on too. I do believe that they're actually
the content area, that content area underneath that bar. Mm-hmm. That's getting a change. They're saying that they're going to improve the filter and sort functions to help organize content by type. It's going to show the last 15 things that you did. Like, so if that be Netflix or games, it'll be a little bit more organized. Right now, it's just this. Like, it shows like everybody who's been in a party, everybody who sent a friend request to another person, everybody who's started a game. It's completely useless the way it is now. So they're going to reorganize that a little bit to hopefully make it better. Like, I find it really interesting to look at like a game like Destiny that I think uses it pretty well. It shows you like a scoreboard of who's got the most kills in strikes, who's got the most kills in the Crucible. I think that's really cool looking. So I would like to see that area become a little bit more useful. Maybe I could post a message to anybody on my friends list who logs into Destiny saying, "Hey, I'm starting a raid group. Do you want to join?" So anybody who joins Destiny just sees that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. That area is cool, but underutilized at this point. I think with a little bit of tweaking, that could be a really cool feature.
All right. Well, Sony is not out there alone with these new updates. Microsoft.
Oh, don't forget about the add to library button.
Oh, let me see that.
So
you guys wrote some back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I see you.
Okay.
Right, so
the monthly free PlayStation Plus games will have an add to library button in the PlayStation Store. This button will add a game to the PS4 owner's library without downloading it, saving space in their hard drive, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is awesome.
No more having to look for whatever game is coming out that's free for PlayStation Plus.
Well, I think you still got to look for it. but
yeah, you look
have
for it
to
early.
download it.
Yeah. You can look for it.
This needs to come to the Vita more than it has to come to the PS4 at this point, because the PS4, well, my PS4 hard drive isn't filled up yet, but some other people's might be.
Actually, Brian, you won't have to look for it. It says the monthly free PlayStation Plus games will have an Add to Library button. So I'm guessing that'll be a whole new section in the PlayStation Store where you can just click Add to Library, the free PlayStation Plus stuff. And
My interpretation of this is that when you see the game, there will be two buttons next to each other. One will be download and one will be add to library. So that if you see that game but you're not going to get to play it this month, you don't have to download it this month. You can just add it to your library and download it later. On the Vita, this will really come in handy because you got those little tiny, super expensive memory sticks. You know, so like, okay, I see that, you know, the latest game is free right now, but I'm not going to play it right now because I'm still playing this game or the other game. Now I can add to library, and when I get to it, it'll still be free to me because I hit that button. So you're still going to have to find the game. You're still going to have to hit the button, but you don't have to actually download it to make sure it's free for the rest of your...
It'll stay in your downloads list, in other words. So whenever you go back, it'll be something that you have access to downloading.
Right.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
so it doesn't actually say that this is coming to the Vita. Hopefully it does. I think it's actually more important on the Vita right now because, like I said, my PlayStation 4 hard drive is not completely filled, so I don't run into this issue yet. But it will get filled, and then this button will come in handy because maybe I don't want to delete anything that I have on my PlayStation 4 till I'm done playing it.
Or they could add it to the PS3 because the PS3 you're able to download your Vita games to that as well. You can transfer Vita games from the PS3 to the PS4. So if they add to the PS3's update this new option, that'd be great. You know, the PS3 has so much more space than any Vita. That's what I do usually. I'll download my game straight to the PS3 and I'll transfer them from there.
That's smart.
So that'd be good.
So,
Robbie, what's up? Microsoft, along with Sony, has rolled out this new update. Now, I don't have an Xbox One just yet. So why don't you enlighten these people?
So this is a much smaller update than what 2.0 is for the PlayStation 4, but I find it very interesting because it's basically overhauling that snap feature, which Microsoft made a big deal about before the Xbox was released. If you're not familiar with the snap feature, it's similar to the way it works on Windows 8, where it's got like kind of the sidebar that you can snap stuff to. Like so you can have your Twitter feed on the side, or you can have a bunch of stuff on the side there. They're changing it around, so now it's when you activate the snap feature, it's going to come up with a snap center with links to friends, achievements, your party, messages, game DVR, other apps. You can also add stuff to that center and kind of customize it for the stuff that works for you. So I find it interesting because the way that friends and parties work on the Xbox One is a little frustrating to me, and I'm actually hoping that this is going to make it a lot easier to be able to manage all that stuff from this Snap Center. I think could be really cool. This has been released, and I have not actually checked it out yet, so I'm looking forward to checking it out because the party system on Xbox One gives me heartburn.
Wow. Heartburn, that's some serious shit.
Not that it's any better on the PlayStation 4. Like, don't get me wrong.
Oh man, I mean, I've never experienced it. Give me an example of what's so frustrating about their party system.
It's just, it's a little bit slow, which really pisses me off because it was so fast on the Xbox 360, and it's just a little bit obtuse. Like, it just doesn't. The buttons aren't exactly where you think they should be, and they nailed it on the Xbox 360. I don't understand why they didn't just copy and paste that over to the Xbox One. The PS4 got a lot better than the PS3, but it's just slow, man. Like, you go to reply to a message, like you see that little message pop up at the top of your screen, so you exit out of the game, or you don't even exit out of the game. You just go to the menu bar of the PlayStation 4, and like the message hasn't showed up on that list. Yeah, you gotta wait like 2 minutes. Why did you send me a note then?
So frustrating.
On the PS4, I think it's easier on the PS4 to go to the PlayStation Store than it is to send a friend invite.
Yeah,
or to send
friends list updates so slowly.
I don't know what happened, but over the last few weeks, my entire friends list was invisible. It was just nothing there. I couldn't.
Really?
It was just rows of nothing, and it popped up again. So I wasn't able to see any of my friends. I don't know what happened. Maybe I'm getting too many, but I heard some of the guys on IGN say this happened to them as well when they got a lot of friends in their friends list. And when I'm playing games like The Last of Us and I go to check to see who's available to play and I try to send them an invite, it takes forever. By the time the invite's sent out to them, I'm already in a game.
And you want that stuff to be snappy because, like, let's say you're in the Crucible. Like, okay, I'll just stand in the corner here really quick, send a friend invite because he just told me he's online. But if that takes over a minute, then that's a fail. That should take 20 seconds. It really should. It should take no time at all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's good to hear that Microsoft is streamlining their user interface, and I for one, initially when I first saw that snap feature, I was jealous because being a PlayStation 4 zealot like I am, I was like, damn it, Sony doesn't have anything like this that allows me to watch TV and play games at the same time, or Skype people and play video games at the same time. Damn it! And now it's actually going to be better. So I mean, more power to them, man. It sounds good. I mean, obviously it needed some work, and maybe this will rectify some of the issues it's had.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know, Briar. I know this next topic for this wonderful BC Thought show you want to talk about because I know it probably hits home with you more than anybody else.
It does. So I'm a big Crucible fan inside of Destiny. I really have a good time in there, especially with friends. But even on my own, I can have a really good time, especially on the Rumble. The Destiny weapon balance was kind of readjusted this week, and they actually made a lot of changes. Like, if you're used to being a Call of Duty player and seeing, like, one or two guns get, like, a little tiny tweak to its fire rate or its damage, I mean, they made, like, broad, sweeping changes to Destiny's balance, and it was stunning. But they did it pretty well. So they nerfed the Mythoclast. If you're not familiar with the Mythoclast, it's an epic weapon that you get for beating the raid on hard, and it was completely overpowered in PvP. So if you brought that into the Crucible, it was a win button. Like, it really was. It was by far the best weapon, like, without a doubt. They nerfed that thing like crazy. I think they took away like 30% of the damage it dealt. Yeah.
Really? So they took away 30% and it's still better than most weapons?
Well, there's a lot of debate about that, but I find that if there's a debate on whether it's still the best weapon or not, then they probably have solved it. I don't know. A lot of people say it's useless now. A lot of people say it's still good, but it's not like overpowered like it was. So it seems to me they kind of nailed it with the Mythoclast. I definitely haven't seen it as much. The first day of the balance, I was seeing it, and it might have been that I just was not playing as well as I wanted to be, but I was still dying to it pretty quickly. So I don't think it's completely crappy, but it definitely wasn't the 3 or 4 shot kill that it was.
Wow. Okay.
They also nerfed auto rifles. They did a much smaller adjustment to auto rifles, so they took away 2% of the damage, and they also nerfed the range on them and upped the amount of recoil, which that makes sense to me. I always prefer that they bring other weapons up rather than bringing the good weapons down. But to be honest with you, the adjustments they made to auto rifles are so slight that it's hardly noticeable. The auto rifles are still completely usable inside the Crucible, and they still might be the best weapon. Yeah. They did buff the scout rifles. I did play around with some scout rifles. I find that they're much better than they used to be. They added about 6% of damage to them. I think they also upped the accuracy and range. I'm not reading off of this. I just have what.
I really like the scout rifle, but comparing that to my auto rifle was night and day. I always had to go to the auto. The scout seemed to be more precise, though.
It is. It's more precise, and it's now more precise than it was, and it got that damage buff. So if you are good, it is a good weapon.
Okay.
But if you suck, it's not going to help you out. Like, because with an auto rifle, you just hold down the trigger and all you have to be focused on is aiming for the head. Mm-hmm. With the auto rifle, you have to be focused on aiming for the head and the timing of your trigger pulls. So it's just by default a harder weapon to use. I think it actually could use a little bit more of a buff, to be honest with you. And then to everybody's rejoicing, the shotguns were nerfed. The shotguns in that game were kind of ridiculous. Like, the range was too high. They're supposed to be a one-shot kill close up, but the range was too far on them. So they pulled back on the range, and now they seem to be about right to me. But I use a fusion rifle like a gentleman anyway, so.
Yeah. Same here. Awesome.
And so they're also talking about the next patch they're going to put in, and people are crazy pissed about this. You guys know the last boss in the raid, right? Atheon?
Yep.
What they're going to do is, you know how he teleports the 3 people that are furthest away from him to either Venus or Mars?
Yep.
They're changing that to be completely random. So there's no way for you to know which of the 6 players are going to get teleported.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Which, to me, in my mind, makes that encounter much harder. Like, way harder.
Mm-hmm.
And people are really pissed about it.
Never seen the raid. Where do you encounter this boss at?
He is the last boss of the raid. What he does is essentially he will teleport 3 of your party, 3 of your 6, to either Venus or to Mars. The 3 people who stay behind have to then open a portal for those 3 who got teleported to come back through.
What?
Yeah, the 3 who got teleported have to fight, basically, to get to the portal. They have a bunch of, what are those things in the sky called? What's that? Oracles. Yeah, they have to kill, like, 6 oracles, and on Venus, they actually have a pretty hard battle with a Minotaur. It's a rough battle, so where a lot of raids go wrong. So,
wow.
Now, before, you could, by backing all the way up, getting as far away from him as possible, you could basically select who's going to stay and who's going to go. But now it's going to be random. Basically, you don't know who's staying, you don't know who's going, so it's really going to throw things for a loop.
So the three that remain have to fight Atheon and open up these portals.
Normally, what they end up doing is they have to fight like those flying guys with the eye. I can't remember what they're called either. They have to fight a bunch of those guys and open that portal, and it's difficult. It's difficult for both teams, but I think it's more difficult for the team who goes through the portal because they have to kill the oracles and get to the portal.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, stuff like that sounds awesome, man. If I was on the level, I'd definitely do that because it just seems so different from what I'm used to in Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing that sounds so awesome. Maybe I'll spend some time on that and at least get to 26.
Maybe we got to plan a raid together. Get the Beastly Thoughts crew together like next Sunday, and instead of doing the show, maybe we just run through the raid, like live stream it.
If you guys are down for that, I swear I'll do it.
All right.
If you guys are you down for me? All right.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's do it. We'll start the show early on Sunday, but instead of doing the show, we'll do like a live stream. That way we can get the guys who haven't done the raid yet through it, and it'll still be entertaining because, frankly, Beastly's just fun no matter what he's doing. And Robbie, man, he gets pissed at that game.
Robbie rages.
Hard, yeah.
He does rage hard at that game.
Yeah. I mean, Robbie starts with an R and so does Rage, and he does them both really well.
I'm a rage potato.
Yeah. So we also there's some rumors out about the DLC, which I made a video about today, but I didn't put in the notes here. It looks like we might know what the 3 supers are going to be coming out for the DLC. Like in Destiny, there's two subclasses that you can unlock, and there seems to be a slot for a third.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we know what those subclasses are going to be, as well as the supers and grenades that go with them. So that's pretty interesting.
Where was this information leaked?
It was leaked on Reddit by a guy who is anonymous.
All you have to do is say Reddit. Reddit. Shit. Yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody pick up the PS TV?
I didn't get it. I was wondering if I should, and then I heard something that kind of disappointed me.
What's that?
The streaming features don't work.
What do you mean the streaming features?
There's no Netflix on it.
Okay.
I believe they said there's there's Hulu on there, and I believe YouTube, but as far as streaming, apps, they don't work on it. And so that's one thing that I was a little disappointed about. I think it's worth $100 just to have a Vita that you can play on the TV, so I'll probably get it anyway. Mm-hmm. Plus, my smart TV has Netflix on it anyway, but I was like, damn it. If I want to take it someplace, I'd like to have my Netflix with me. And unfortunately, it doesn't have that. Even the Vita has it. So I don't know if maybe it gets it during a patch or an update. But that's the thing that I heard that kind of disappointed me. But from what I've seen, that's what it is. It's a PlayStation Vita with an HDMI port with no screen on it that you play with a DualShock. Yeah, it plays with a DualShock 3 or a DualShock 4, and I don't know just how well the PS4 functionality works. I would imagine that it works probably as well as the Vita. Mm-hmm. And I think it's pretty good for $100 to be able to have a Vita in your living room without owning a Vita, and you can swap your games back and forth, and it looks pretty good. What do you guys think about it?
I'm all over this thing. I can't wait to get it. I'm really looking forward to testing out how well it works for the remote play functionality with the PS4. Because basically, if it works great, it could save me $300. In my living room, I'll just be using the PS TV to play my PlayStation 4 in the living room. Also, when I'm playing a Vita game and I want to show it on my YouTube channel, I now have an option to do that, which I never had before unless I wanted to point a camera at the screen of my Vita, and that looks awful.
Yeah. They actually have a pen that you can buy that has a USB 2.0 slot in the top of it, and that allows you to capture video, but it's a modified Vita, and it costs like 3 times as much as a normal one, and that was something I was considering back when I first got my Vita. And this is something I've wanted for a long time, too. I love my Vita games, and some Vita exclusives like Gravity Rush, I would love to play on, my big screen. But I don't know. Some Vita games are not compatible with this thing. That's the issue. If they release, titles that are compatible and aren't compatible, I'd be more apt to grab it immediately. But I'm definitely getting it just to have that functionality to be able to do some capturing of Vita games and play it on the big screen.
I would like to see Sony basically steal some of Apple's technology for use in this thing. I would like to see something like AirPlay, where if I am playing my PlayStation Vita, I can use the game, I can use that hardware and just be sending the signal, the video signal to that, so that I could still use the Vita as a controller.
That'd be awesome, because games like Gravity Rush will not work on the PS TV, because you actually have to use the Sci-Axis and the motion controls of the actual system in order to control that game. And I think the game is awesome. And if they were able to do something like that, that'd be a win-win, man.
Yeah, I don't understand. It seems like conceptually it's kind of a flub that they didn't design it in that direction. I am super psyched. I really hope it works, though, for playing PlayStation 4 games remotely. I really want that to work awesome.
Yeah, it'd be nice to feel like I got 2 PS4s and not have paid for either one of them. Yeah, you know me, brother. Yeah, I'll definitely be picking one of those up just for the ability to be able to capture my gameplay footage. That's what I got the little dongle for my PSP, because I like to be able to record that footage. And I got so many Vita games that nobody's ever seen on a big screen. I've seen some videos of people playing these on big screens. They look great. Now this thing runs at 720p, so it's not 1080, but 720 looks great. That's like 180p less than Xbox One. So, I'll definitely be picking it up. It has been released. I guess I'll find out where it's at and see when I'm going to get it. You're going to definitely get one, though, right, Brian?
Yeah, they're available on Amazon. I haven't seen them in a retail environment yet, but
are they all black, or do they have the white ones here like they do in Japan?
I've only seen them in black.
Damn it, those black ones. Fuck.
Yeah, I like the black ones. Oh. It also comes in 2 packages. You can buy the $99 version that doesn't come with a controller or games, or you can buy the $140 version that comes with a
Lego Movie.
3, and the Lego Movie game.
Just get that one. Don't even bother with the $99.
I'm not doing that, Robbie. I don't like the PlayStation 3 controller, so I'm getting the $99 one and using my DualShock 4 with it.
Really? Even though it's a way better value though. Like
I don't not
No,
if
it's
you get
not.
that controller, it isn't. That controller fucking sucks. It
and
sucks
plus-
from day one.
and plus, you can probably imagine how many fucking PS3 controllers Briar has. Okay?
Yeah.
He probably has one under his pillow. I mean, and I know there's at least 10 of them in his house.
you sleep with a PS3 controller every night.
He finds his way under there when he's asleep.
I got one as a cat toy hanging from the
Yeah.
doorknob. Yeah, they're
They
all
even
over
have
the
their own beds. You put them all to sleep at night, read them a good night's
I tuck them in at night, read them a bedtime story. I read them the sales number for the PS4.
Now,
Your brother is doing very well.
I saw a review on this thing that the multiplayer actually works too for those games. So it's going to be a definite value. If they can add the Netflix functions and some of these other streaming services, it'll be even better. But to me, as long as they have YouTube, Hulu's on there, it's a start. You know, PS4 when it started is different than it is today. It's definitely about to be very different. So I think it'll be a good value. The only thing is, I don't know which one to get. You know, the PlayStation TV or the Ouya.
Oh, PlayStation.
I'd go to Ouya, frankly. I mean, it's just so damn sexy.
Yeah, fucking right.
That controller's sand. You talk about a bad controller, the Ouya controller is like one of the worst I've ever touched.
It's like the GameCube's retarded cousin, man. Terrible. That thing is terrible. Brian, you have one, don't you? You got a
Yeah,
Ouya?
I do. Yeah, that thing's terrible.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that is happening. The PlayStation TV, Apple TV, and now Google has something coming out that's going to be competing with that, right?
Yeah, it's called the Nexus Player. It's a game console from Google. It's going to cost $100, and it's basically going to be an Android. Yeah, a kind of. It's more similar to something like the Fire TV.
Mm-hmm. It's
Than
been
like
clocked
a
at
PlayStation.
1.7 gigahertz is what it's been clocked at, and you can actually buy the games separately, and it has its own video game controller. It actually looks like a real game controller.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it actually performs, but it does look like a real game controller. And the controller for it is only $39.
Might be worth it. I mean,
it might be.
But I mean, you gotta consider how many of these Android operating system games will actually work on that and work well, because most Android games are made for touch.
Yeah, that's a very good point. But there are some first-person shooters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pick this up because I'm not already in the Android ecosystem. It'd be me buying into a brand new.
You should do it, Briar. You feel good about yourself.
I don't really want to. I also
Listen,
have streaming boxes like all over the place. I have 2 Rokus. I have 2 Apple TVs. Like when you complain about the PS TV not having Netflix, I say, who cares? Like I already got that on like 3 things, you know.
Yeah.
well, you gotta consider this. There was Adam and Eve. And what did she fuck up and do? She bit what? The apple.
That's right.
She didn't
a
fuck
lot
with
of
the
people
PlayStation.
think that story is about the age of technology.
Huh? Really?
It's about going from like the age of like people just kind of wandering around and picking shit off the ground to eat to like farming
Or picking cotton. Okay, go ahead.
and to like farming and like cultivating crops and stuff like that. They think that's what that story is about.
Oh, okay. So
Like
it's
Bible
a time-
scholars. It's not really about like pissing off God. Well, I mean that's what it is about. It's pissing off God, right? But a lot of people think it's about like the switch from hunter gathering to society. So
they think
saved us all.
they think that was like a time travel book that foresaw all this future stuff, and it's somehow a metaphor for modern technology, huh?
Look,
I guess
Windows 8 fucking sucks. Let's not get it twisted here.
Yeah, all right. I'm fucking using it. I know. Shit.
Stuck a bag of dicks, Windows 8.
It sucks so bad. They didn't even bother with Windows 9. They're just skipping right into Windows 10.
Just don't embarrass themselves anymore. Let's just fucking
There's
Windows
never-
10.
I swear, I watched that part on our previous BC Thought show at least 4 times. What happened to 1 through 6? 7, 9, 8. Okay, but that was my question, though. I wanted to ask you guys. Do you think that this whole Android gaming software $100 package is being flooded? You guys think it's good for competition to have Apple doing this, Google doing it, Sony doing it? And do you think it's possible that Microsoft will want a piece of this action if these are successful?
Well, Microsoft's got a piece. They got the Xbox One.
No.
It's not really a micro console. I don't think that's in the same market necessarily. It's kind of got some of the same features, but I think it's a separate market.
Yeah, well,
it does all the same things. It plays games. It does Netflix. It does Hulu. It does.
No, but just like a $99 like micro console, like the Ouya or the Fire TV, or all these other things.
Yeah, no, I don't see Microsoft making a $99 version of the Xbox.
No.
They already have a much better version of a video game console. I'm never going to buy this thing, not because I don't think it's a good value. I don't have any Android games, and I'm not going to buy Android games just to play on my TV. You know, if Apple released one, I would buy one because I already have a bunch of games that run on my iPhone. Like, I already have games that run on my iOS. If I was an Android user...
Apple fanboy.
Well, you're not listening.
Oh, right. I was like, what am I saying? Fanboy alert, fanboy.
Well, you're not listening.
No, I hear you.
If I was an Android user, I would buy this because I already have a bunch of Android games. I wouldn't buy an Apple TV that played games because I'd have no use for it. You know, if you've already got the games and you'd like to see them on your TV, it seems like a good way to go.
Yeah, to me personally, I think that there's just so many of them now, and if I were to grab one, I'd probably get the PlayStation because I'm already in that ecosystem. So we do agree on that.
Yeah.
And I have Vita games that I like to actually see on a 60-inch monitor. But other than that, I just feel like, you know, with the Amazon doing this, Google doing it, PlayStation doing it, with the Ouya, it's just so many of these $100 little gadgets that you can buy, and they all do the same thing, and it just seems to be over-encumbered. It's kind of flooded, if you ask me.
Oh, Beastly, you're such a Sony employee. You just want everyone else to fail. You know you're a fanboy. You won't admit it.
I need the ringtone.
I think what's going to happen here is I think this is going to push smaller players out, right? Like, if you're looking at the Fire TV or you're looking at the Nexus player, like, which one are you going to choose? I'm going to choose...
that's going to be hard, right?
You know, I don't know actually which one I would choose. If I'm already in the Android ecosystem, then I'd be really tempted to go with the Nexus player. Yeah. Right, let me make a better distinction. If I'm choosing between the next version of Apple TV that plays games and the Nexus player, then I would choose the Apple one because I'm in the Apple ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder when it gets to Amazon because I'm also in the Amazon ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of music and movies like in Amazon's system.
And that'll definitely be utilized on that Amazon Fire.
Yeah.
Now, is the next Google TV going to actually have video gameplay functionality?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't pay attention to these micro consoles. I couldn't care less.
Yeah. I just buy them and plug them in and start watching Netflix on them.
Well, we'll all see what happens. I'll be getting my PlayStation TV shortly, and I'm sure you will too. And
yeah, I'm definitely getting one of those, but that's for a completely different reason. I have no intention of watching Hulu or Netflix or any of that shit on that.
Yeah, well, see, the thing with me is, of course, I got a PS3 in my room and I got one out here.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was to have my PlayStation TV plugged up in the room and maybe playing the PS4 or playing a Vita game, if I get out of there, I would like to seamlessly, because that 40-inch isn't a smart TV. I'd like to seamlessly be able to just take that controller, go right back to the UI, go to Netflix like I would on my Vita.
Well, you need to buy an Apple TV like a fucking gentleman then.
like a gentleman.
As a Sony fanboy.
Like a gentleman. Yeah. So that's all I was saying. I don't think it's imperative that it has that functionality right now. I think that it'll probably have it very shortly, being that the whole thing is built on Vita infrastructure, and the Vita runs Netflix and things like that seamlessly. So it'll probably have it, and if it doesn't, no big deal. I'd gladly pay $100 for a Vita I can play on my TV.
All right. I want to talk about the September sales numbers. This isn't something we do often, but I looked at this and I thought thought it was fascinating this week.
Damn. Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to go over the top 10 best-selling games of September. Should I start with 1 or 10? I'll start with 10.
Start with 10, yeah.
All Destiny.
10 was Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, which that's pretty good for that game to be still in the top 10 for September when it came out in August, I thought.
And it's on 5 different platforms, too, so it's going to be sold everywhere.
Yep. Disney Infinity 2.0 is number 9. I'll be honest with you, I would have thought this would be higher up on the list. Sims 4 was number 8. Again, that's a brand new game. I would have thought it would be higher up on the list. Minecraft for the Xbox 360 and PS3 is number 7. It doesn't include sales numbers for the new consoles.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy? Minecraft, it's a 5-year-old game. It's number 7 on the top-selling games. That is insane.
It's such a monster, yeah. It just can't be stopped.
Nope.
NHL 15, by all accounts, an absolute piece of shit.
Wow, buddy. Just
Brilliant, Brian.
that was a shot fired directly at me.
Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor is number 5.
That's well-deserved.
Well-deserved. Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS is number
Even more deserved.
was number 4. FIFA 15, you know that game's going to sell like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's on everything. That's number 3. Madden NFL 15, that game's going to sell like crazy. That's number 2. And, of course, Destiny was number 1. I found that to be interesting. I can't believe Minecraft is sitting where it's sitting. Like, that is just insane.
Let me just tell you my thoughts on this. All right, Minecraft now on 3 consoles, and I've only been playing it for, what, maybe a month and a half? I think that at the end of the PS4's life cycle, at the end of the PS3 and Xbox 360 and Xbox One's life cycle, Minecraft will be the number 1 sold game across all of them. That's my prediction. Because everybody has a kid, and all kids, this is the new thing. I mean, my son was talking to me Thursday about how everybody who he talks to in school is showing him how to do more things on Minecraft.
Yeah, it's the big game.
I mean, when I was in the 8th grade, I wasn't thinking about no damn Minecraft. I was doing fatalities with Sub-Zero. But this game it has like captured the minds of all the young people, and there's so many of them, and it's a cheap game. You don't have to spend a lot of money to play this game, so it's really a no-brainer purchase for parents.
Yeah. Yep. Destiny on the Xbox One outsold Destiny on the PS4.
What?
Yep.
How?
Listen, that has to be bullshit. I call bullshit on that.
There's no way.
The reason for that is because of the Destiny PS4 bundle, and also the fact that because Xbox did not have that bundle, they were offering buy an Xbox, get a free game, and everybody was picking Destiny with it.
Oh, cheaters.
See, yeah.
Well, I mean, at least they get it. Destiny's, a good game across either one of the platforms, man. So I'm happy to get. I mean, if it's as fun as it is on the PS3, I know the Xbox One version.
You're missing peas on that Xbox One version.
Oh, speaking of peas, did you guys hear that somebody was arrested for transporting cocaine inside of an old Xbox?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I was listening.
The original one?
The original. That
The OG, yeah.
I heard Marty Sliva say something on a podcast Unlocked, and I swear I dropped everything in my hands. He said PlayStation 4 might have 1080p's, but we got 1080
That was hilarious. Yeah, I watched that too.
Oh my god,
so
that
funny.
was so stupid. That's a pretty original idea, though. What cop is going to look inside your Xbox? I think it said it was like $160,000 worth of cocaine inside of an Xbox.
Wow.
Just smell the control port.
How the hell did they find it?
It's insane, man.
That's crazy.
I'm wondering how long Destiny's going to stay up there like that, though. I mean, it has to be. My thought process is that I'm definitely the minority, a person who only played the game for 3 weeks and kind of let it die down. It has 3.2 million players every day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so that's a big fucking deal. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Briar, you're still pretty regular on it, right?
Yeah, I'm still playing it every day.
Now,
My kids are actually playing it. Like, they enjoy
really?
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is like the first game that's pulled them away from Minecraft since I've known them.
Awesome.
There you go.
Now this is the way I can gauge just how much you've been playing. Have you beat Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor yet?
No.
Okay, so you've been playing a hell of a lot of Destiny. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because from what I hear, look, he's guilty. Look at that guilty look.
I feel guilty because that game's awesome, and I'm not putting enough time into it.
Yeah, that's a game that I want. It's not, even though it's really it's reviewing really high, and everybody's really enjoying it. I haven't decided to pick it up yet. I think I can wait a little bit for that one. But everybody who I know who's played it said that's the game that pulled them away from Destiny. So. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. So the fact that you're still playing Destiny means you're balls deep in that game. Way to go, man.
I am. I gotta get that daily strike done, or the daily story mission done. I gotta get I gotta get all the ascended materials, and I don't know. I'm really having fun in Destiny. I know that.
You look happy, Briar. You look just really happy, man.
Like, Destiny is to me exactly what I wanted.
He's just getting his paycheck from Activision.
No,
That'd be nice.
He's doing this pro bono, man.
I'm just letting you know I am open to selling out. Hook a brother up over here.
Oh, shit.
I have no qualms.
You listening, Activision?
Yeah.
They give you plenty of money.
Hell, EA. Battlefield. I'm all over it, man. Come on.
Give me all you got.
Ah, my house smells so good. I love you, babe. Now this Nexus player that we talked about a second ago, we didn't go over these specs, Briar. You want to tell the people about what you can expect with this thing and how you think it may stack up to some of the other competitors?
To be honest with you, it doesn't seem all that impressive to me. It's
1.8 gigahertz, silver mount, quad-core Intel Atom processor.
Right.
That's weak.
You can compare that to like a cell phone, basically.
Oh, yeah. I think my phone is probably about the same.
Yeah.
1 gig of RAM.
8 gigs of storage. So, I mean, it's a cell phone. It's a cell phone.
Pretty much, yeah. But see, even they have onboard storage for things. PlayStation 4, let me put my music on the damn system. Okay? Let me put some pictures in
the 8 gigs of storage on this thing are for downloading a high-definition movie. You're not storing anything on this.
yeah. Maybe a movie and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can move along to the next little bit of news. For those people out there like myself who don't watch cable, this won't affect you. But for the guys out there who do, HBO has decided to go on a new venture and become a subscription-based service.
So we don't talk about this kind of stuff too often. We really stick to games, but I found this really interesting.
I think it's very interesting, and I think it's kind of game related because Xbox 360 actually has the HBO Go service.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll actually affect those people with that console. I'm one of them. And I think it's a really smart move. I'm actually really surprised that it took HBO this long to do this. When you see subscription services like Netflix raking in more money than any other type of subscription service in the world, and then HBO's been there all this time with all this fantastic content, and they never thought to try to maybe go and do the same thing.
It's not that they never thought to try, it's that they had legacy deals signed with cable providers. So, they signed deals with, Comcast or Cox Cable that says, here's how we're going to offer this content. If they start offering it without Comcast being involved, then Comcast says, okay, well, you're going to have to pay us more now. If you're not going to require somebody to have a cable subscription, you're cutting us out of the loop. Well, then we're gonna start charging you more to carry your content.
And that's
what it's about. And now, at some point, HBO has figured out, well, we got this HBO streaming app that is so popular that we can now start charging consumers directly. Cut Comcast, cut Verizon, cut all those cable companies out of that loop. We'll make the customers happy, and that amount of money, the people who are just going to subscribe to HBO through Apple TVs or Fire TVs or Google TVs, will now equal the amount of money that it's going to cost us, to switch over. Because it's got to be a financial deal, and It's a big one.
It's going to be a huge deal, and I'm surprised that I still am. I'm kind of surprised it took this long. Other companies like Showtime and whatnot are probably going to jump on this bandwagon in the future if they actually have good enough content, which Showtime does. But I was under the impression that HBO actually, I hate that shit. HBO actually is still going to be affiliated with the cable providers and still provide HBO.
They still will.
So maybe they've pinned a new deal, but this is going to definitely make them a lot more money.
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
or they think it is, and that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
I know that currently about 90% of the people who use the HBO Go app are stealing it. So
really?
we'll see how many of them will start paying for it.
Yeah, I need to learn that trick. What about you, Robbie? Are you big into HBO or cable at all? What's your thoughts on this?
No, I haven't really. I don't even know if my parents use it or not. Like, I've never really screwed around with that. I don't know too much about it.
Are you familiar with HBO?
Yeah, I've definitely heard of it. I know it's subscription-based and all that, and it's just about watching TVs and movies and stuff like that, but I don't know too much.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good.
What's so funny, Beastly? Why don't you tell me? What's so funny?
You said you heard of it, and it's telling my age how old I am. I remember when HBO was coming up.
Oh, okay.
and now you just heard of it, and I'm like, damn it, I'm getting too damn old. I gotta stop time.
You are old.
Yes,
Sorry.
I am. I pulled white hair from my beard today, and this is no joke. It was very frustrating. I thought someone did a spell on me or something. It was long too. Yeah. All right, and Robbie, this is actually news that you hipped us to today, because I'm not really the racing car aficionado, but you did tell us today that Project Cars got delayed. Why don't you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, so the news broke, I think, 3 or 4 days ago that Project Cars was pushed back to March, I think? Yeah, March. So I wasn't really looking forward to this game. It's a lot more of a hardcore, like simulation racer. Like, it's similar to Gran Turismo, kind of. Like, not really my thing, but I know a lot of people were excited about it, and so I thought I'd bring it up, because a lot of people are definitely going to be disappointed to hear that it's been delayed.
Well, I guess PlayStation people are kind of used to car games being delayed right now, or not even working. As you guys, yeah. What am I talking about?
Fire Driveclub.
I think that with I'm trying to remember the name of it. For some reason it's skipping my mind. What's the name of the game? The free PlayStation Plus version of the racing game that we were supposed to get? Driveclub. Drive. This thing here just blew my mind that they completely released a broken product. It's like EA all over again with Battlefield. How in the hell do you delay a game for a year, and then after that year of delay, you release it and the network does not work at all?
I know! Like, how did you screw up so bad?
What were you doing for a year?
Masturbating.
They had to, with both hands, because they were not
closing the
They
door.
were using both hands at once, yeah.
They were not working on this game or working on the network. That just seems like, how can you fail that badly? I'm not like I said, I'm not a big racing car fan or aficionado, but I was kind of looking forward to seeing what this is all about and seeing if it had the potential to be an actual purchasable game. But they just burned themselves. They completely just commit suicide. That's really financial suicide when you do something like this.
Yeah, Driveclub is screwed at this point. By the time the PlayStation Plus edition comes out, is anybody going to care? Like, the conversation for that game is over. Well,
Kate and I, we saw it. We were in Walmart yesterday, and I saw it there, and it was $60, and I was like, I hope nobody's buying this, because even the bought version doesn't work at all. You can't go online. It's a broken experience, and they're actually trying to find a possible way to compensate the paid players for this experience. And I just feel like, did they have like a video game assassin go into that studio and work with them or something to destroy the legacy or the possibility of this game ever being good? It just seems this never happens. Very seldom does that happen where a game is delayed for a year, and after that delay they release a product that's broken to the point where you can't even experience it.
Well, you can still play it offline. I mean, you just can't race online. It's basically not accessible.
Yeah, but that was the whole point of the game, to be able to be online and be a club, and so
that's true.
It takes that whole experience and just takes a big hot steamy crap right on top of it.
All those social racer aspects of it are gone.
And I would imagine, you know, when this first was announced, they didn't say anything to anybody about this game being delayed for the PlayStation Plus users.
Yeah, they tried to see this one through.
Yeah, until the day of.
Yeah.
The day of. I mean, here I am. I was on PlayStation Network. I was like, okay, why won't it let me click the download button? Or where the hell is the download button?
Yeah.
And I get to work, and Kate sends me the information, and I was expecting maybe a delay for at most a week, but they're going to delay that. There's no projected date of release now. They haven't said, oh, we're shooting it at 2 weeks, we're shooting it a month. And so now all the fervor about this game is negative, and it's totally dead. I don't know what that studio is going to do. I don't know if this will affect them in the future, making more games. Probably will. It probably will. There's a lot of people upset with Sony about this. You know, that Sony's been doing so well and trying to, you know, turn over a whole new leaf and work with the consumer and keep the customers happy, and something like this happens. And a lot of people are blaming Sony for allowing this kind of misstep. And so I'm sure that this development studio is going to face major consequences. Somebody's getting fired for sure.
Definitely. Feel bad for Evolution. They're a good studio, but they just got unlucky with this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's video game suicide to work on something for over 2 years and release a product like that. It's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
No Driveclub for you, BriarRabbit.
No, I wasn't going to buy that game anyway.
All right. And the final piece of news, it's been kind of a low week in news this week. We hope you guys have been entertained. But Sony is doing this PlayStation events, Spirit Fingers.
Can we do it together? I want to do it too.
That got weird.
All right, so they're doing this PlayStation event. They announced it's going to be coming in December, right, Robbie?
Yeah, December 16th and 17th, I think.
And it'll be a 2-day event that you can actually buy tickets and go and experience this event. I think it's $70 for a single person and a little bit over $100 for two people. Yeah. And you can go, Sony says, we ain't fucking around. We ain't giving you shit for free. You better buy a damn PlayStation Plus to get in here. And so you can go and experience it. I guess this booth is going to be like a PlayStation all PlayStation Day. Everything there's going to be
all
about
access
PlayStation.
then for PlayStation. Yeah.
And it's speculated that they're going to announce a new exclusive, right, Robbie?
Yeah, supposedly a big PS4 exclusive that is going to cause a lot of noise and supposedly rage, according to some executive that tweeted out.
Rage. Now, this kind of PR talk could mean anything. It could mean it's just a game that's going to infuriate the competition. Or maybe they bought a particular video game name like Microsoft did Killer Instinct that people are going to just go crazy over. It might be a new Rage game, but that seems a little easy, right? Mm-hmm. That seems a little on the easy side.
Could just be a game with the Rage engine.
Possibly, but it would be totally different now with the PS4, right?
Well, the Rage engine is like the Unreal Engine. It's made by id, and like you can make a game and license that engine.
Well, it's definitely not going to be made by id Software. They're making Doom 4 right now, so definitely not.
Doom 4, imagine that.
Ooh, that would be crazy. Oh, imagine if it was a PS4 exclusive. Shit! I would love a Doom 1 remake. But yeah, so if you guys got the extra ducats and you're going to be, where's this going to be at?
Las Vegas.
I want to say Vegas. I heard about this. I want to say Vegas. If you guys are going to be in Vegas sinning on December 16th, buy a ticket and shoot me an email. Let me know what you saw. $70 for a single and about $130 for two people. So you got the extra money. Have a good time with Sony. Sony ain't doing shit for free.
Yeah, right. Wow, that's like
all over Sony.
I haven't paid that much for tickets to anything since I saw Celine Dion.
Oh, did she sing?
I'm just kidding.
Song from Titanic?
I don't want to get that one twisted. I don't even want to get that one out there.
Well, but you went to see Barbra Streisand, though, right?
Hell yeah, I gotta see Barbar.
Yeah, okay. Barbra Streisand was good in Beaches, all right?
So should we try and guess what this game maybe could be, like the speculation around it?
What that could be the crazy question. Yeah.
I like Doom 4. I like that idea. That's definitely got to come out for the PC, but it could be a console exclusive to PS4.
Shoot, let me think.
You guys not know that Doom 4 has been announced, right? Like, they've confirmed it's on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Like, there's details about it. We just haven't seen gameplay of it yet. Like, they have officially announced it's coming. It's in the works.
Now, it would be... I don't think it would be as much news as, like, Microsoft's Killer Instinct, but what if they were to remake a PS4 version exclusive of Primal Rage?
I don't even know what that is.
Well, yeah, you're young. It's a game.
That shit. That game sucked.
It was pretty good. Chaos Blizzard. Come on.
Nope, it wasn't pretty good.
All right,
It was actually a really bad game.
I've never even heard of it.
I'll take
It
that
was a
back.
dinosaur fighting game, Robbie.
Yeah. Chaos and Blizzard. They were throwing up on each other. It was crazy. Let me think.
The most interesting thing about Primal Rage is the Primal Rage arcade machine, the Primal Rage 2 arcade machine that was never released, but like a couple of people have the ROMs for it.
Really?
Yeah, Wikipedia that. That's pretty interesting stuff. I don't know all the details. I might have just given you the wrong information, but I know that Primal Rage arcade machine. Fairly cool story.
I don't know. What would be a good PlayStation exclusive? What's something that they could do or rehash that would be...
GoldenEye.
And I saw someone comment that it could possibly be The Last Guardian for PS4, and it not being on the PS3 is why people would rage. I'm like, that is not going to happen. There's no chance it's The Last Guardian.
I don't think they would announce that there. I mean, they just last week, Shuhei Yoshida tweeted out that the game is still in development and the team is working very hard on it and to be excited about it. So that game is definitely coming, but I don't know if that would be the one. I know
coming in 2027.
28.
So, like, I keep thinking about that rage word, right? It's either a play on words, like it's something to do with, like, anger or
zombies.
I don't know, or it's a former Xbox exclusive or shared platform title.
That's what I'm thinking. It's probably going to be a third-party bought exclusive, because why would anyone be mad about that? It immediately made me think like maybe the Xbox fans will be upset about it because maybe Sony's buying a third-party exclusive and it's a big, maybe associated Xbox franchise. You never know.
Blinks 2?
Oh, get out of here, man. Get out of here. I haven't heard that shit in years. Time-traveling cat. Damn, what could they get from Microsoft that would actually infuriate Microsoft fans?
Well, I don't even know if it would necessarily be associated with Xbox. Maybe just a big game in general that they kind of buy for themselves, like
something like Tomb Raider, where Xbox got Tomb Raider.
Yeah, just like that. Basically, Sony would be doing the same thing with another game. That's what I'm thinking they're going to do. I just have no idea what it is.
The thing is, we can't think of any games. There aren't any games that exist right now. Apparently. Our heads are totally empty. Yeah, we're done. There's nothing.
Exist.
KOTOR 3.
Oh, man. Imagine Knights of the Old Republic. That's not going to happen, though. That's definitely not going to happen. That's not even in the... That Knights of the Old Republic, that's not even canon anymore. So
that's what? Yeah.
BioShock Infinite +1.
What the hell?
Half-Life 3. What about that?
That would be like the biggest megaton.
That would be the day the apocalypse happened. Yeah, the apocalypse would happen.
That would be, or maybe Fallout 4.
Fallout 4, that would be big news.
That would be insane news. Dead Space 4.
Dead Space is dead.
Normally, Hector's the voice of the people. That game is fun. Yeah. If I had to choose one of the games that we mentioned today, I'd have to go with Fallout. Fallout has just
a big news.
It has a place in my heart. Plus Fallout 4. What if the 4 was in PS4 font? That would be sick.
Yeah, F4LLOUT 4. Have a little 4 in there.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Not coming to Windows 11. That would be big news.
Yeah.
You guys ready for a stupid question?
Oh, man, this is what I'm here for.
All right, hold on. Let me get my notes out. All right, stupid question. What game world would you most want to live in?
Skyrim. That's easy.
Oh, damn.
That's so easy. Like, I would totally want to be in Skyrim. That would be badass.
Damn.
What game did you pick?
Skyrim.
No, I
That's
wouldn't.
a State Rules game. Yeah,
There's all sorts of stuff running around trying to kill your
Get
ass.
out of your mind, Robbie. That's a Canadian bullshit. Fucking dragons trying to roast your ass, and you get attacked by
no,
crabs.
but like,
Get the hell out of here! You're at the beach, and all of a sudden, oh shit! No,
that would be the most badass thing ever. And like a huge open world to explore. Like there would be so much to explore. I think it would be awesome.
Serious lack of good-looking women in Skyrim too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Serious lack. That is a major downside to Skyrim.
I would say Mass Effect, but there's too many alien races that want to destroy humanity.
Mm-hmm. But the women...
Yeah, the women are there. They're definitely... And they were extremely scantily... Yes, they are. You could be a fucking turtle from planet I don't give a fuck, and they will still give you some. Damn it. What game would I live in?
Maybe Far Cry 3 too. Just live on a
tropical
island forever.
You want to live in a post-apocalyptic, fucked up world with drowned out colors?
It's post-apocalyptic. It's on a tropical island.
You said Fallout?
It doesn't have to have all the same enemies. Like, yeah, there's gonna be wildlife and shit like that.
No, it has to be that world.
Else on a nice island, like that would be awesome.
Well, shit. Why don't you just pick an island game then? What did you say, Briar?
He said Far Cry, not Fallout.
Oh, okay, Far Cry.
I was in Fallout. No.
If you see a reflection in the grass, duck. Let me see. I would pick Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Oh, that is a solid pick. Man, I mean, I think you brought it right there.
Can't go wrong there. Can't go wrong there.
I mean, you got that asshole Zach to deal with, but...
Yep, that's it. Get his ass. Yeah, that'd be a great world to be in. You know, learn some magic from Kasumi, then they go back out there and just play with those balls.
Pizza gamer dreams about playing with balls.
That's hard to follow up.
Hey, okay.
Wow.
All right, Brian, what's your choice?
Man. That's tough. Like I was thinking of Leisure Suit Larry, possibly.
Oh, man.
Destiny would be cool. You get spaceships, you can fly around. Dangerous, though. Dangerous.
Yeah, that's real dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like flying a pod in damn Star Wars or something. That's some fucked up stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go through a lot just to get that damn ship.
Yeah. Imagine meeting Zur, right? You'd be real pissed off when you fry. Where the fuck were you 5 minutes ago? Like, where the fuck were you?
I don't know. Fallout is pretty cool, but I don't think I'd actually want to live there.
No, definitely not. Fallout.
Definitely cool to visit, but let's see.
Far Cry, live on a tropical island.
Far Cry ain't bad. I mean, except for all the mutants trying to kill your ass. Yeah. It is, you know, you got the beaches, you got the sun.
I mean, you can go hunting animals. That would be pretty sweet. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's all those terrorists out there too.
Yeah, you don't want to. You want to go to a place where you're going to be totally safe.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about your life here.
You know, I could go to Mario World, right? I mean, nothing there is going to hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario's a huge pussy. He's getting messed up by all sorts of dumb shit. I think, I could make some time with Princess Peach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go to a little green tunnel and realize it really does have shit inside of it. Damn it! You gotta jump down.
Just money floating around. Yeah. You don't need for anything. You're good there. Mario. I go Mario.
Okay, so you got the Mario world. I'm going with Dead or Alive beach volleyball, and you're going with Far Cry.
Yeah, Far Cry 3.
Far Cry 3, okay. Well, there's plenty of guys with guns, you know.
Who cares? I can fight those bastards head on.
I don't know if Far Cry 3 happened in Africa. Am I crazy?
No, Far Cry 2 did. Far Cry 2 was Africa.
Okay.
I should have known that. Okay.
All right, should we wrap it up? Anybody got anything else they want to talk about tonight?
I just want to let everybody who watches this video know that I love you personally, intimately. Thank you all for spending this time with us out of your lives, and I love you for it.
I'm completely comfortable with that.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.